So, Clinton, for Miami's game Saturday against the Gators, it's a whiteout, and you look like you are ready.
I am ready.
Handsome guy with all white. ACC Live next. On ACC Live, a.k.a. how the ACC got its swag back.
Watkins goes! Touchdown!
Clemson took down Georgia. Miami, you're up.
Say goodbye to Duke Johnson.
If the Canes beat Florida, ACC fans, you can walk all around town saying, "Hey SEC, how you like me now?" What's the difference between Gators fans and Canes fans? Fashion is a factor in the discussion. Taj for Heisman, it has a certain ring to it, doesn't it? But so does famous Jameis. He's closing fast.
I'm starting to get the sense Jameis Winston might just be a gamer.
It started 2 weeks ago when Clinton met Miss South Carolina. But after a series of events, all he has to say now is,
Are you serious?
it's our brand new segment, Are You Serious? ACC Live is now. Seriously. You've got the coat on, you're looking dapper. He's Miami great and NFL All-Pro Clinton Portis. I'm Jeff Fischel. Welcome to ACC Live. Now, Clinton just informed me tonight is Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. So, Clinton, who's having a happier New Year? Jewish Clemson fans after the win over Georgia, or Jewish Florida State fans after Jameis Winston's performance?
After going down to Clemson and sitting with Coach Dabo, we expected the Clemson Tigers to come out and beat the Georgia Bulldogs. But this kid, famous Jameis, he's the real deal. I say famous Jameis in the Florida State Seminoles.
They're up to number 10 in the country. Clemson is number 4. The Tigers, okay, they didn't surprise Clinton much, but they showed the country they can play with anyone.
We expected this from them. You know, having Taj Boyd, having Sammy Watkins, and the poise, we already knew what to expect coming into Death Valley, and this wasn't shocking to me.
Taj Boyd, 3 touchdown passes in the game, 2 more on the ground. He is at the top of this week's HeismanPundit.com straw poll. Now, Jameis Winston, look at there. He's also on the list getting some votes. In fact, as many as Jadeveon Clowney.
He should be climbing even faster. I think you got to slide him up to maybe tied with Todd Gurley at that 4th place spot, because the performance he went out, although it was his first game and it was against the Pittsburgh Panthers, I think what he showed was really impressive.
I've also seen other sites that gave Miami's Duke Johnson a good shot at the Heisman as well. Which ACC star has the best Heisman shot? Tweet us at the ACCDN. Now let's get to the stories ACC fans are buzzing about on the information superhighway. It's time for The Buzz, and we start with football's new golden boy, Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston. Many Noles fans were optimistic before that Pitt game, but one fan knew how good Winston would be. His girlfriend. She sent out this tweet Saturday, 2 days before the game. "I know quarterback better than Johnny Manziel. Monday, everyone will see." And we did see. She's a smart woman.
I think he already had the confidence to go out and play, but the only thing she did was put everyone in their business and get her Twitter followers up.
That has certainly happened fast. Even NBA star Kevin Durant was impressed by Jameis Winston. Made me a believer after one half of football, and that's what everyone was saying by halftime. This guy is incredible.
I definitely said the same thing. I think that was one of the greatest performances for a half that I've ever seen.
Just 2 incompletions in the game, in the guy's first college game. A popular topic in college football: how do you slow down these no-huddle offenses that are so popular? Georgia's Leonard Floyd went down early in the Georgia-Clemson game while the Tigers were driving down the field. Now, we're not accusing him of faking an injury, but certainly, CP, that would be a way to force an offense like Chad Morris's to put on the brakes.
This is so premeditated. If you look at this, number 5 is ready to go down. Number 84 is ready to go down. He's calling to the sideline before anyone even noticed. We had this happen. Mike Rump did it when I was in college. Mike Rump did it. He's laying on the ground, rolling around, and the ref didn't call the timeout. They got the playoff. He jumps up in coverage. Cost us 7 points, but it was so funny. Like, everybody laughed about it. We won the game, so it was okay.
You'd better make sure the refs notice and give you that timeout.
If you only got your window like this, you know, your window this small.
Now, certainly Clemson fans were skeptical. They were accusing Georgia players of faking injuries, and Sons of Clemson had this great tweet. Okay, this is getting out of control. Mark Richt is training UGA how to fake an injury. Where will it stop? That's awesome. Now, there was actually a very real injury in the Georgia-Clemson game. Clinton breaks that down coming up in the debut of
Are You Serious?
That's coming up. The more the ACC beats the SEC, the more intense the rivalry will get between these two conferences. Miami has its shot Saturday against the Florida Gators. It's a whiteout game, so can fans dress appropriately? And I think we might even see a lot of them with the orange ties. White shirt, orange ties. That's the Al Golden look.
I mean, I think only...
You're going to be there.
I'm definitely going to be there. But I think only in Miami because you do this. The Miami Heat got it started. The whiteout is popular in Miami. You can wear white in Miami all year long. So I think it's going to be exciting.
Now, that led to this tweet from Allie, who pointed out that it is white after Labor Day, which some people would argue, like Dear Abby would say it's inappropriate or something like that.
Well, obviously within that tweet, I could see that Abby is from France. Labor with the U, all we.
We're very educated Miami fans. That's the buzz, but we're not done talking about this big game, Florida and Miami. Now, Clinton, you grew up. Oh, see, I almost forgot about this. Two great programs, two great histories. Miami leads in national championships and consensus All-Americans, but the Gators, they have more Heisman winners and they have more bowl wins, 20-18. It's two great programs. It's going to be a great game Saturday.
What's missing right here is transition to the NFL because we're dominant in the NFL players. But on that same stat, I think you look at the University of Miami and we're by far way better than the University of Florida.
Now that for you, you have to think about some other factors. Those were the on the field factors. What are perhaps some off the field factors? Difference between Gainesville, where you grew up, and Miami, where you went to college.
Well, I can go restaurants. I could go nightlife. I could go anything, but I won't. What I will go is Gainesville, Florida are known for jorts.
Jorts? There they are. We found this online. Jorts Illustrated. There's Tim Tebow photoshopped with the jean shorts.
Miami give you bikinis. I would rather see a bikini than to see some jorts because we wear jorts.
Florida, of course, the Gators known for fans for wearing the jorts. Where would you rather call home? Gainesville or Miami? Tweet us your answer and tell us why at the ACCDN. Now, I love college towns. I love big cities. I have some great friends who went to both schools, Miami and Florida. I know you obviously did as well, including CP, a Miami grad. But that's the big game Saturday. He will not be flashing jorts. He's got the all-white look in honor of the whiteout.
Maybe I'll wear some. Yeah, right. I'll be in all white.
So we're glad you're with us every Wednesday on ACC Live. Coming up tomorrow at the same time, noon, here on the ACC Digital Network, it's ACC Throwback. We pull a game out of the archives, bring it to you in 30 minutes with Wake and Boston College playing Friday night. We went back and dug out of the vault a Deacons-Eagles classic, 2006. Both teams ranked in the top 25. Now, there was a huge play in that game. We've decided to throw in a surprise. We're going to let Clinton try to do the play-by-play, totally unrehearsed, so this should be entertaining. Let's see. Here it is right here. So let's see how you do, CP. Here it is.
I'm ready.
All right. From our ACC throwback game, Boston College, Wake Forest, November 4th, 2006.
We're going to pick up in the third quarter. Wake Forest up 14-7. Kevin Marion gets the handoff on the reverse down the right sideline. Marion goes 81 yards for the touchdown. As you see there, great block by Kenny Moore. Wake up 21-7. Replay of that great block by Kenny Moore because that goes unknown in today's game. Great hustle, great effort. 81-yard touchdown. Nailed it.
He did. He nailed it. So I do all Saturday long here at the ACC Digital Network, and you just put it together right there. Wake Forest would win that game and would go on to the Orange Bowl representing the ACC. They play Friday night. Wake Forest and Boston College. The winner, 1-0. Let's look at the rest of the schedule from Week 2, the ACC. Clemson shouldn't have any problems with South Carolina State. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, these are key games coming off of losses against SEC schools.
Well, I think they get cupcake teams following big games last week, so both of these teams get in the win column.
Now, then the rest of the schedule, UVA got that big win against BYU, but now Oregon. Watch out.
If I'm UVA coach, I let my team go to sleep today and tell them to wake up Saturday and just come out and have fun because they don't have a chance in the world to lose by less than 50.
Oregon definitely brings it fast, that's for sure. Of course, when these games end, we are the home for our ACC highlights and must-see moments. Find those on the ACC.com and on our YouTube channel as well. Every Saturday, the games, and this week, a Friday night game between Wake Forest and BC, right here on the ACC Digital Network. Now, Clinton, I don't want to embarrass you at all. He came to me after the debut show last week, and he said, I'm not showing enough of my range as an analyst. And I said, are you serious? And he said, that's perfect. So next, the coaching decisions, the injuries, the moments from week one that left Clinton asking the question,
are you serious?
It's time to twist again at Ruby Tuesday. Introducing 4 amazing new burgers made with 100% fresh USDA choice beef, handcrafted to order with a twist. Our new buttery toasted pretzel buns, like our spicy jalapeno pretzel cheeseburger with pepper jack cheese, crispy jalapenos, and smoky chipotle mayo. Or our bacon cheese pretzel burger with applewood smoked bacon, all starting at just $8.99. And go to funbetweenthebuns.com for a twisted deal on our pretzel burgers. Welcome to Ruby Tuesday.
The ACC mobile app is free and fully loaded. Scores, schedules, and stats, highlights, and live games, all in the palm of your hand. Download it on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Your teams, your app. It's on the ACC mobile app, presented by Carrabba's. Download it today.
Want to win a trip to the ACC Football Championship? Visit the ACC Facebook page and enter the Haviland Protect What Matters Challenge for your chance to win.
Having analyzed countless college football formations, I can spot a good defense. Haviland Motor Oil defends your car's engine and helps protect your investment. Share your Haviland stories on our Facebook page and enter to win a VIP trip to the ACC Football Championship.
Haviland, protect what matters.
College sports is about moments. Moments we cheer for. Moments that give us chills. Moments we will never forget. Must-see moments. The ACC Digital Network. It's on.
When it comes to being better, what's better? Being better or worse? Better! Okay, and what are you better at?
I'm better at telling jokes.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Queen.
Queen who?
Queen, my dishes, please.
Queen.
It's Queen to make it funny.
He doesn't get it.
It's not complicated. Better is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest and now most reliable 4G LTE network.
Here's Duke Johnson. Finds a cutback leg. An extra gear. Johnson to the sideline. Duke Johnson still on his feet. He's got room. He's running away from everybody. The beautiful cutback. Duke Johnson straight ahead. Say goodbye to Duke Johnson.
Welcome back to ACC Live with Clinton Portis. I'm Jeff Fischel. Duke, a career-high 186 yards against Florida Atlantic last Friday night. It was the best day of any running back in the FBS last week. Not surprising, but always impressive. Number 8.
It's just another great name to add in a long list of Miami running backs. I don't expect anything less of Duke Johnson.
He's certainly on his way to another fantastic season. Remember, last year as a freshman, over 2,000 all-purpose yards. Now, Taj Boyd, Sammy Watkins, and Duke, they're all in the top 5 in our preseason top 25 watch list. Clinton, I know you didn't want any defensive guys in the top 5. You wanted to add Stephen Morris and Bryn Renner. Would you like to amend your top 5 now?
This week, I got to move Bryn Renner and Stephen Morris out of my top 5, and I'm going to add Jameis Winston and Stephon Diggs. Those guys played great last week, and they deserve to move up.
All right, do you agree with CP's new top 5? It's hard to argue at this point that Winston shouldn't be in the top 5. Should any defensive player or a lineman be in the top 5? Those guys deserve some love. Come on. Tweet us at the ACCDN. Let us know who you think should be in the top 5. We'll keep track. We'll see what people say. Now, we've reached the experimental point in the show. That's right. We're like the Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell of sports media. The Watson and Crick, the Orville and Wilbur Wright, the Pavlov and his dog, I guess, of sports media. We're trying something new, and we're calling it...
Are you serious?
So Saturday night, Georgia-Clemson. Todd Gurley, he takes off on this huge 75-yard run for the Bulldogs. We know football's a brutal game. There are all kinds of ways to get hurt. Teammate Malcolm Mitchell, celebrating with Gurley in the end zone, tears his ACL.
Malcolm Mitchell runs 75 yards to celebrate. I'm sure Malcolm Mitchell and the Georgia Bulldogs both wish at this moment that he was tardy for the party. Malcolm Mitchell, are you serious?
Next up, Miami and Florida Atlantic. The clock is running. Florida Atlantic wants it to stop, but it's out of timeouts. Head coach Carl Pelini tells his quarterback, spike the ball. But it's fourth down, Clinton. He does, and the Owls turn the ball over to the Hurricanes.
I think Coach Pelini knew this game was over. He was trying very hard to show his team, let's fight to the end, and he ended the game on the spike. Coach Pelini, are you serious?
He didn't acknowledge my bad. Next up, Jadeveon Clowney. Of course, we were expecting such huge things from him in the season opener against North Carolina. He disappeared against the Tar Heels. By the second quarter, Clinton, the tank was on empty.
Jadeveon, a.k.a. the Freak Clowney. Well, right here in this game, the Freak needs a 5-hour energy drink. How do you go out after causing all this attention to yourself and get tired? Jadeveon Clowney, are you serious?
2 weeks ago at Clemson, Clinton and I met Miss South Carolina, Allie Rogers. I gave her my business card, and we've talked. She might like to get into broadcasting when she's done at Clemson. And then now check this out. The Georgia-Clemson game, the big game Saturday, she had dinner with Brent Musburger. So if you're scoring at home, Brent's hung out with her. She and I have spoken some, but Clinton has gotten the Heisman from her. Oh, hey, look at that.
Well, she returned my roses. She didn't return any of my calls. She has yet to return any of my tweets. And then you show up with Brent Musburger, a guy who went to PE with your dad, Allie Rogers. Are you serious?
So there's Are You Serious for this week. Can we go back to, I love the picture. Did you see the picture they got of me with her? Did you see what they did?
Yeah, I see. Y'all shaped just like you.
I know. I packed on a few LBs around the waist.
You look good. You look good.
That's how I roll, just like that right there. Polo shirt and the khakis. Here's the ACCDN schedule for football season. It starts on Sunday. We take the best game from that weekend and replay it all for you in about 8 minutes. Just the best action. We've got Ram Power Plays, CP's Top 3. This week, the most shocking moments we saw on the field. CP and I are every Wednesday for ACC Live, Thursday the throwback games, Friday ACC Soccer Weekly, then the madness every Saturday. Game day, must-see moments all day long, all of our great stuff. So you've got to follow the ACCDN. Now it's time for some other stories making headlines in the conference. This is the ACC Now, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. An incredible moment for UVA's Morgan Bryan last night. She scored her first career goal for the U.S. women's national team in a 7-0 U.S. win over Mexico. She came in the 70th minute, and 2 minutes later, she scored. Now that's efficiency. She'll be back playing for the Cavs Friday against Rutgers. The North Carolina men, they're the new number 1 in the new coaches poll. Notre Dame is number 4. The Tar Heels and Fighting Irish, they have a match this weekend. That's a great one for soccer fans. Maryland, Syracuse, and Wake Forest are also in the top 25 in the new coaches poll. And we will talk about that battle between UNC and Notre Dame. Doing a tail of the tape on this week's edition of ACC Soccer Weekly. That's coming up Friday here on the ACC Digital Network. And some ACC in the pros notes. EJ Manuel is not only healthy and practicing again. This morning he was named the starter for the Buffalo Bills in their opener Sunday against the New England Patriots. The ex-Florida State quarterback had minor knee surgery a couple weeks ago. Clemson wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is back for the Houston Texans as well after finally passing his concussion testing. He will start for the Texans Monday night against the Chargers. And that's the ACC Now, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. EJ and Nuke could be on the road to stardom, but who are the best ACC players in the NFL right now? The conference got Clinton to pick his favorites. Clinton, let's take a look. Your favorite quarterback from the ACC school in the NFL right now? You think Phillip Rivers is the best?
I definitely think Phillip Rivers right now.
Not Matt Ryan.
I give Phillip Rivers the nod for the simple fact San Diego is going to throw the ball, and Phillip Rivers has a great chance.
Running backs, you're looking for Shady to put up big numbers, and C.J. Spiller as well.
I think both of these guys are poised for big years. You know, I left Frank Gore off.
Yeah, you left off a Miami guy.
That's really my favorite, but I just think both of these kids are young, and they are really poised for big years.
Now, Calvin Johnson and Andre Johnson, it's hard to argue, but that means Larry Fitzgerald isn't one of your picks this year as a wide receiver.
I'm just like the baby powder, Johnson & Johnson. Calvin and Andre I choose.
I met Larry Fitzgerald a few weeks ago for an ACC event. Could not have been a cooler guy.
Yeah, he's a class act. He's a great guy. He's even a great receiver. But I'm taking the Johnsons.
He definitely needs to find a quarterback this year. Maybe Carson Palmer's the answer. Now, our colleague, Ronaldo Wynn, the Notre Dame and NFL great, he gave us his all-ACC defensive team in the NFL. He's a D lineman. He knows these things. So see all of Ronaldo and Clinton's picks. To check them out, go to theacc.com. A huge weekend for the ACC coming up. I think the narrative of the conference will start to take a dramatic shift if Miami wins that game against Florida.
It's no if involved. Miami will win this game against the University of Florida.
It would be a huge win, especially after the Clemson win over Georgia. And remember, right now on the ACCDN, Clinton Portis' top 3 shocking moments. That's from week 1, right? Some great stuff there. Check those out. And then tomorrow at noon, our Throwback Thursday, Wake and BC 2006. And remember, Clinton and I will be back next Wednesday for ACC Live here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.